What's up, Dragon Brood? We're playing some Mono Green today, and wait, before you go anywhere, check out the video. It's not your regular Mono Green. We're actually playing Mono Green Elves today, and the cards aren't what you think they are. We're trying some different things to make the list work because we're trying to be innovative around here. We're not trying to do all the normal stuff all the time. And I actually think we found a way the deck actually works, which is weird because I didn't think it was going to work out, but I think it does. And it gives you a different choice of playing mono green if for whatever reason the format shifts and you don't want to play the typical cards that are over there, whatever. But anyway, let's go get into this and take a look at this Mono Green Elves list. Before we get into this, as always, if you could give some love to my people over at UltraPro at shop.ultrapro.com. Great place to get all your storage needs for all your cards. But, you know, whether you got some Pokemon, Flesh and Blood, Magic, whatever, they can take care of you over there. And if you see something you like on their website and you want to still support your local store, just get the name and item number of the thing, take it to your local store, have them order it. Everybody wins. And UltraPro supports that too. Now, for the list. We're going to be playing some snow stuff, so we're going to be trying out this Blizzard Brawl and make this work. Maybe this should be a fourth, honestly, but we don't have huge creatures, so I'm a little bit leery to play a fourth one, but, you know, we got to have some removal. Playing Jaspera Sentinel because, well, it's an elf and it makes mana, so it's really up the... just in the game plan of what we're trying to do. Then we have 3 Snakeskin Veil just to protect our threats, because, you know, we have a few, and one of them being Elvish Warmaster. This is a card we really do want to protect, but because we're going to have a lot of ways to make mana, you might actually get to trigger this 7 mana thing more than once. So there's a lot of situations where you get to use this. But a lot of times, just making 1/1s is going to give you a big advantage against other mono green, mono white decks if you can keep this alive. It can buy you enough time to get out of trouble. 2 Inscription of Abundance, because again, we can make enough mana that we can actually kick this fairly easily. And it could help us protect a creature or two, which is pretty nice. We're going with Sculptor of Winter because, again, we're trying to make a lot of mana. And this Untapped Snowlands, which we're going to be playing quite a few of those. Circle of Dreams Druid because it's an elf, and just wanted to try the card, see if it's any good. I have no idea, but we'll see. We're playing 3 Realm Walker because we can get all that mana. We can play all the elves off the top of the deck. And we're playing quite a few creatures, so should have a reasonable chance of hitting them off the top. Playing 1 Varus, Silvery Moon Ranger, and I like this for a few reasons. One, it does have reach, which I think people forget about, and there's going to be situations where we're going to be able to turn this into a 4/4 or 5/5, which does allow us to block several dragons or even opposing flying tokens or whatever, so it could buy us the time we need. Also, getting the triggers for the dungeon are not inconsequential. I mean, because we're playing all elves, we're basically going to be able to trigger this every turn. And that could either be draining your opponent, helping us get cards, getting an extra token. So this could do quite a few things for us. So really want to see how this works out in this list. Obviously, Canopy Tactician makes mana, pumps all your creatures. Nothing not to love there. We're trying 2 Elven Ambush, I should say. And we like this because, 1, it's an instant. So if your opponent does sweep the board, it's something we could do during their end step, because we don't have a ton of things like that. So it's nice to have a couple. It does trigger for an additional token whenever you have War Masters. That's pretty nice too, because it does put a creature into play. It has extra value whenever you decide to play that out with a Circle of Dreams Druid, right? So you play this. Let's say you already have 3 creatures. You play this, you get 3 more creatures. Your Circle of Dreams Druid basically made this free plus gained you mana, which is kind of nice. And then you could do something else. Those extra tokens are not inconsequential either, because if we do have something like a Canopy Tactician, then you're making 2/2s or 3/3s effectively, right? Or if you just need surprise chump blockers, right? It's a card that people aren't really playing. So if your opponent goes to attack, maybe tries to get some damage in, only leaving back 1 or 2 defenders because they see the number of attackers you have, then you play this, get to block their things down, and now you might actually have lethal the next turn. So a couple of things we might be able to do with it. It might be a literal Elven Ambush. I mean, funny is that it's named that, but there's going to be some situations where because it's an actual Elven Ambush, you might win. We're still playing 1 Tyverkel. It's possible we get to where we get to use the emblem. I don't know that's going to happen too often. I see us more likely playing it to untap a creature, especially if it's a Circle of Dreams Druid or something, to be able to possibly double trigger a War Master. Something like that. I think that's more likely what's going to happen. But if nothing else, just making another 1/1 is fine. Because again, could be another mana from the Dreams Druid. Could be another 2/2 from the Canopy Tactician. So lots of things going on there. Then we're playing Unnatural Growth, because this is one way we actually are going to be able to end the game. Either from your creature just getting bigger from Canopy Tacticians being out, but also if you were to be able to pump your Elvish War Master, it's basically giving everything 4/4, plus their regular base power and toughness, and they're going to have Death Touch. Like, that's probably going to end the game if you get one of those triggers. So we're going to play a few of these and just see what's up. Then we're playing one Turn Timber Symbiosis, just because, again, we'll probably have mana at some point where we don't need the lands anymore. Playing 2 Lair of the Hydra, playing 16 Snow-Covered Forests, playing 2 Faceless Haven, and 2 Field of Ruin. Playing the Field of Ruin because there are enough opposing creature lands that you want to be able to get rid of. Also, randomly, if somebody happens to be playing the stupid book plus land combo, it's a thing. Not that often. I don't think I've seen it on the ladder in forever, but I know it still exists. So this is a reasonable answer to that. And we're playing 2 Lair of the Hydra. Now, I will say this. We could possibly get away with the 3rd Lair of the Hydra. But there is a small concern if you don't want too many lands coming into play tap, because sometimes you do need to get to that 3rd or 4th mana. But you also need enough snow-covered lands that your Sculptor of Winter and your Blizzard Brawl do still matter. So it's a real weird kind of fine balance there of what you're trying to aim for. But otherwise, overall, we're going to go with this and see what happens. And when we're done with the games, we'll have a card spotlight for you as usual. This is tough, because we actually drew the Circle of Dreams Druid, but can't do anything with this hand, sadly. We will keep this one. I think I'm going to get rid of this, and we're just going to hope to draw some other creatures. Alright. Do you have the bouncy bouncy spell? Now this is dangerous, by the way, because if they're playing blue-red... Okay, it's just a Fading Hope. I mean, they are still playing blue-red, most likely, but this does... There was a risk that if we played it, it was just going to die. So I probably should have just played Sculptor of Winter anyway, and then had Snakeskin Veil for our War Master. Alright, we just pass. No point giving them an easy out here if they do have a way to bounce it or shoot it or whatever. Looks like they're coming for it. We are not going to let them. And that's doubly good because it was a divide by 0. And I don't know if the opponent's playing a mono blue version here. What's going on? But hey, if we can roll some mana out there now and go get it, let's go get it. Alright, just blue. I was thinking maybe it's red and then they deal 2 to everything, but no such thing. Oh, that's nice. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, well, let's try to do this first. It probably gets countered, right? It's gotta get countered. Nothing else would make sense. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that'd be weird if it didn't. I wasn't gonna believe that narrative for a second. Alright, opponent's at 10. We have a few ways we could find lethal next turn. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can get 8, 9, 10 exactly. Alright. I mean, you can bounce our land or whatever, but what else are we going to do about it? You can kill our land. Force us to go hunt. Oh, you're not. Okay, cool. I don't hate it. Oh, I guess they must be looking for their red mana. I think we still just do this, though. The opponent's at 3, so I mean, no point in even playing the War Master. I thought about attacking for less, but with him at 3, they have to search for a land. I'm assuming get their other color if there is another one. Play the other color basic. Oh, Leer? That's good, but that's not enough. You're at 3. Bounce this. Block this. Take 2. Oh, take 2. That does matter. So, how do we want to go about this? Because we do have Blizzard Brawl, so we have to kind of take that into account here. So, is there a way we could kill Leer? Thing is, they're not playing sweepers, though. We know this now, so that's also a benefit. The only thing they're really going to be able to do here is Fading Hope. And we have access to quite a bit of mana. So I say we do this. Since we can't win this turn, like we know they have Fading Hope, so we can't win off of just that. And we know one of these is going to get bounced anyway with Fading Hope, so we just got to eat it, unfortunately. See if they want to bounce the War Master here. And sadly, we may just have to give up a creature. Okay. Well, I was thinking they attack, they block, but then whatever we target with the Blizzard Brawl, they would just bounce. So it's not really beneficial. Alright, we just end. Sucks, because we know there's 2 divide by zeros over there. No attacks. They obviously get to bounce something here. Nothing we can do about it. And Circle of Dreams Druid makes the most mana, so I kind of get it. But they're still not in the best situation because they still have to stop 3 damage from getting through. Though they can gain 2, so they could take 5. And we know they can still bounce stuff with Divide by 0, so that's a real thing. So we kind of have to figure out the best way to do this. We have 5 lands, creatures, so I mean, we currently can do some... Oh, that's a thing. I mean, they have a lot of... They have double divide by 0 and a counter, so kind of have to keep that in mind here. However, though, this can't bounce this. But they would have to use that. So they use 1, 2, 3. That leaves them 1 colorless, and... Well, we'll just count lands as a 7, so it leaves them 4. Huh. If we just tap all this, that's 5, 6, 7. That wouldn't do enough. Oof. I think we can still get out of this, but it's going to take a little bit of work. So let's start by just activating this for 3. Actually, for 4. Oh, wait. We can't without tapping our Sculptor of Winter, huh? And the thing we have to keep in mind is we know we're going to get a green mana back whenever they use Field of Ruin on this. Like, they honestly need to wait until we attack. So that way we get 1 less mana. Okay. Well, we will get a green from it. Not that it does a whole lot for us, but it does nonetheless. We can go ahead and cast this. Obviously, it's going to get hit with either a counter or a divide by 0. Opponent's choice. Yep, no surprise. Alright. So they went to double search for land. So they must have an epiphany that they're aiming for now. I would think that's the play here. And then, well, epiphany gets exiled when they play it. Yeah, they don't have much in the yard, so we're really trying to work past this last divide by 0 is the real issue here. Alright, so they know we have this one. I mean, they can stop both of these if they want to. But then that does mean this possibly slips through. So that's the new plan here. Opponent will be at 9 life, though, when that happens. And unfortunately, we haven't drawn a land for the last couple of turns, which we really would have appreciated. Oh, they had a deluge. Oh. Okay. Didn't see that coming. Should have seen it coming, but did not. Okay, so what do we do? Our opponent's at 5. If they block here, bounce here, or maybe they block here, bounce here, and then they take 1, 2, 3, 4. We could still have this Blizzard Brawl fight that. Alright, I guess that's what we gotta do. Oh, I forgot that one's summoning sick. Alright, let's see what the opponent wants to do. We have to give up a creature here, just cost of doing business. Oh, they didn't even have anything. Why was that the play then? Okay, it looks like we're going to keep this and see what we can do with it. So, hopefully, this does everything we hope and dream. Otherwise, it's going to be real bad. I think here we're going to go ahead and play the Canopy Tactician, expecting it to die, sadly. But it's still the right play, I think. They chose not to kill our Sculptor of Winter. That's disappointing. Well, I guess whatever the choice is here, it's probably going to be... Alright, I guess we go for it. And then we just try the Canopy Tactician next turn. Which could be wrong, because this probably has more long-term benefit here against this deck. Oh, weird. Alright. I was not expecting that to be a thing. I guess I'll just kill Tyrakel. Yeah, see, I assumed if I +1, it was just going to get targeted, so I was just like, at least let me get a creature out of this. Right, this isn't the worst, though. We get to attack for, what, 3, 4, 5? And then maybe even get to play Unnatural Growth next turn? Honestly, it may even be worth trying to sneak Unnatural Growth into play this turn. And then just force the opponent to deal with it. With Exile. Smoldering Egg, okay. Good to know. Whew, boy, this is also not bad. This is not bad. I think we're going to do this. Tried to talk myself into another play, but I think this is what we're going with. Breath of Iteration, and we could do this, and that's going to be a lot of damage. Was that 6, 12, well, 3, 8, 16? Okay. Oh, but I'd have to tap that. We didn't draw another land. That's a little disappointing, isn't it? So what's the best we could do here? We could tap this. Play this. Attack for 8, for 10. Or actually, we could play this, tap this, tap this. No, that doesn't do it. I was thinking there was a way I'd be able to get in with the Faceless Haven too. It's not. Doesn't look to be that way though. Because it'd be 1, 2, tap this, untap that. Yeah. No other real option there. Alright, well, we're going to get in for 10. And, guess not do anything else. I mean, because there's a chance they could sweep our board here. Then we just want to play some creatures to follow up next turn. That's probably what's about to happen. Nope, just burning hands on that. That alone is not going to do it. Alright, we're going to activate this. Go to attack step. Gonna kill 2 things. Go to attack. Is that it? Looks like it is. Alright, we'll take it. Yeah, we're keeping. I would like to draw something else to play on too, because I'd like to be able to play it and protect it with the Snakeskin Veil. But we'll see what happens. Well, kind of put this in a bad spot. I think I'm going to pass. We don't have anything else to play on turn 3. If we had a turn 3 play, I would go ahead and play the War Master here, let it die, play the next thing, but we unfortunately don't have that situation. Looks like War Master's going to go away anyway. We tried our best, fam. They had check for traps. Not a lot we can do. Oh, are they going to take our unnatural growth? That'd be great. That'd be the best thing we could have them take, if possible. But really, it's probably at this stage. Well, I don't know. Maybe they have a Meat Hook Massacre. Actually, I'm pretty sure they have a Meat Hook Massacre. Yeah, taking that's probably still okay, though. It's alright. We're just going to top deck another one. Gotta believe. Close, but not quite. But hey, credit to the deck for trying. Okay, what do you want to do here, opponent? Go blank. Alright, we would have to discard 2 things. I guess this. And it sucks to have to put Snakeskin Veil in that pile, huh? But I think we do. I'm wondering if this is just a Turgid list now. Oh, why were you not a land? Why were you not a land? Well, we kind of have to do it. Sucks, but I think we're going to lose this one, y'all. I mean, I guess the good news is, can it be tech? I mean, if they have a spot removal, they're going to use it now on the Tactician. Well, maybe not, because they don't know we have another Snakeskin Veil. They don't want to risk us having it, though. Smart. Ooh, okay. We'll do this. Call Elf. And then I'm just going to pass. Just so we can protect our Realm Walker, though everything's probably going to get removed here. Nope. I was thinking maybe there's going to be a Meat Hook Massacre turn, but it was not. So that's kind of good for us. I mean, it does mean they're probably going to get to Massacre for 4 next turn, which means it's not quite enough for a Realm Walker. Or at least protect the Realm Walker. Though it does have to look suspicious, right? Because we left mana open instead of attacking. So, I mean, the opponent probably can read between the lines and know what we're doing there. We win this one, this is going to be a miracle, because this is going to be a lot of work to try to get where we're going. Sadly, just a Blizzard Brawl on top. Can't do anything with that, really. So we're just going to attack for 4. Alright. See how bad it is. I mean, it could also just be Shadow's Verdict here. That would wipe the board too. And unfortunately, we don't have enough mana to really take advantage of our Lair of the Hydra. I mean, weird as it is, I almost want to just play the Unnatural Growth out. But it's pretty rough. Things that cost 2 or less. Alright, cool. Well, those die. Not a lot I can do about it. Eat up our mana. Yep. This is just one where we got caught not drawing any lands, and now we're suffering for it. And our top card does not help at all. Ooh, that's real bad. That is real bad. Getting no value off our Realm Walker right now due to lack of mana. I mean, really nothing we can do. It's just, you know, attack for 2, attack for 2, let the opponent deal with it. Eventually, they're just going to block it with the Lair of the Hydra, and then that's kind of going to be ball game, I think. Alright, let's move on. Alright, we'll keep it. Need to draw some other creatures here, though. Because we're going to need a lot of help. Alright, come on, deck. Let's get right. Come on, big 3/3. Not quite. Not quite. Don't hate it, though. I would love to draw a land, because then we'd be able to ambush and still Snakeskin Veil something. The ambush would be worth 2 counters. A land, 1 would come into play. Would give that an additional one. So, lots of activity there if we can make it happen. That is not it, however. Ugh, boy. Okay, well, we'll at least play this. And yeah, do nothing, sadly. Also, you can get more because this is an instant. So if you have something to do on your turn and play a creature, then you could do this on your opponent's turn and just get a whole bunch of things. And additional counters. That's pretty cool too. Stop that, opponent. I'll probably just block with this 1/1 warrior. No point in taking 5, really, right? Well, hold on a second. If I keep that, then I get an additional token. Or if I draw a land, I could just play the... Nah. It's not worth it here. Oh, forgot I had trample. Gosh dang it. Should have just taken that. That was stupid. That was silly of me. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Untap that. We'll play this. Keeping Jaspera Sentinel for another Snakeskin Veil. Back for 3. In the turn. So the next turn we've got 8. We get to double everything. This would be kind of a lot. We'd have to tap our Despair Sentinel right now, though. We'd like to get into a situation where we could use just the Sculptor of Winter. I might even consider end of turn Snakeskin Veil just to get another 2 points out of our unnatural growth, depending on what the opponent does here. We are at 16. Alright, Chariot is going to make that a bit more difficult, sadly. Not a lot we can do there, though. Opponent is interesting in attacking with those. I think we just let it happen. And just say take 6. Go to 10. We're going to draw a land. That's our game plan. Okay, that helps. Question is now just what we want to do with all this. But I think this is the way we want to do it. And then just got to figure out how many we want to attack with. I guess it has to be, we have to leave Despair Sentinel and 1 back, sadly. I don't think we get a choice on that. We are only at 10. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Isn't quite threatening enough to the opponent. I guess I should have went ahead and spent this during their end step like I was considering doing. Would at least put them in a situation where they have to block. Alright, we'll do this. Worst case scenario, this still leaves us with 2 blockers, and that's mostly okay. In the turn. This also leaves us in a situation, we have 4, 5, 6. If we had 1 more mana, I mean, we would be able to pump everything with the War Master and then go off. So that's another thing, too, that could lead to a win here. I mean, they could Wrenn and 7, make a token, attack, make another token. So we'd have to manage our blockers. Like, this is a pretty tenuous situation here. It's not a gimme just yet. And the Primal Adversary does trample, as we got reminded of earlier. Inscription. Yeah, that's a problem. So that's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7. That's only 8. So yeah, that's fine. Because now they can't really attack here. Because even chapping for a Chariot, well, no, that still doesn't do much. It just leaves you 2 blockers, but they're 2 smaller blockers than what you would have otherwise, and you're dealing less damage. So yeah, you almost just don't attack here. The thing is, their life gain there really does matter. That's a big deal. I mean, we do have 18 power coming in, which is relevant. I think we are looking for a land, though, so we can try to juice our team up and really go off. Admittedly, it's kind of weird, though, because we'd have to tap both the Despair Sentinel and the Sculptor of Winter, which means then we'd have an... What's that? A 4, 5, so that'd be 10. Oh, opponent's just... The hell? 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, that's it? Okay. I guess the opponent just gave up. Alright, we'll take it. Alright, I guess we'll keep it. I mean, this isn't the best, but it is double Sculptor. Oh, against mono white, though? Ugh, this could be rough. This could be real rough. Or my Jaspera Sentinels. This is a matchup where I would have really wanted one. Would have been huge. Because I have a feeling we're going to play one of these Sculptor winners, and they're not going to do a dang thing. Alright, replay it. So we take 5. Alright. Makes sense. I'll take 6. No blocks. Oh no, that was the worst. I mean, if we get lucky, maybe we could get the old block, pump our creature for 3 thing there, but that'd be about the best we could have happen here. Spellbinder, sure. I mean, our hand's pretty bad if we just don't draw land. I mean, there's nothing we could do here. I knew keeping a hand with the double unnatural growth was probably going to be the death of us. But here, you might just take Canopy Tactician. Yeah, I was going to say, now that you see all the other cards. I mean, if they have a 1-mana thing, this is just terrible for us. I guess do we just block Clarion Spirit? Man, it's kind of a feel bad, but I don't know if we have much choice. Alright, we're at 9. Don't know what that's going to get us, but we are at 9. We just pass. Yeah, can't do much here. I think in this matchup, with that type of hand, we got to be able to play some early creatures. Yeah, we're just dead. We dead. Alright, we're going to keep this. Let's do it. And this is all going to come down to, can we draw mana? Like, we need a 3rd snow-covered forest for this hand to be worthwhile. If we don't get it, might be in a lot of trouble. Well, not looking good so far. Not looking good. Not terrible, but not great. Ooh. Well, that is a small problem. Now I'm not sure if I want to do this or not. I think our plan is just do this. Assume the opponent's going to ramp into something crazy, and we just have to hope for the best. Good news is, if they're just playing a stereotypical ramp deck, as long as we have War Master... Oh, there's white mana. Never mind. I was going to say, as long as we had War Masters, we'd probably be fine. But that's going to change things quite a bit. Okay. We can play this. Now I'm trying to think. What happens? The opponent plays Rin 7, makes a 4/4. Attacks. I guess we could double block that, so there's only 2 4/4s back. But then what do we do? I mean, we get to play this next turn. This makes a lot of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4. This would pump up big enough that would allow us to do something. Man, okay. I mean, we could just use War Master too. Alright, we gotta pass. Just see what's up. We might just have to take the damage. It's probably not even worth blocking if they send in a Chariot here. Just because we have the potential of going real big. And we could also find a creature too, so I don't know. There's a few things that could happen here. Because whatever creature we get is basically worth 1 less mana. Then, oh. Well, I guess it's a good thing I have a Snakeskin Veil, huh? Though I wouldn't have minded a card. But we don't really need that right now. Oh, there we go. If there were one to find, this was it. Because that also allows us to now tap this for 6. Oh, wait, actually, we get 7? Oh, because that made a token when that came into play. Hmm. I was just thinking, what do we... I mean, if we just pump everything plus... Nah, we just do this. I mean, that's a lot for the opponent to have to work through. Yep. We have to draw exactly another green land. It can't be... Hey, you know what? Let's do it. We have a bunch of green sources. Let's just draw one right here and save the suspense. See? That's all you gotta do. Let me play Varus, make a token. Let's draw another one to make sure we can cast that Canopy Tactician on time. Oh, they had a portable hole. Ooh, and nothing else, though. Huh. Alright. They might be playing the heavy exile version here. Clarion Spirit and... Nope, just Clarion Spirit. Okay, we don't hate that. Let's see. Let's have the opponent lose a life, because we're going to be coming big here. And here's a neat thing, because if we draw a land, we could tap this, Tyvarkel, untap it, still play Ambush? Is that the right amount of mana? No, we wouldn't be able to. Well, if we drew a land, we'd be able to. Or we just unnatural growth and go for it. I mean, that's a real thing too. We're staring at 7 mana currently. If we get a land, we'll have 8. Alright, Aspirant. Turned you into a 3/3. I mean, either way, they're going to have 3 total. They'll probably just double block our Canopy Tactician, I would think. It might be worth it for us to just Tyvarkel and put the counter on Varus. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe we find a Blizzard Brawl or whatever. There's options. Yeah. Oh, really? Now that's concerning. That the opponent was brave enough there to just attack. That's not normal. At all. That's concerning. I'm not even being facetious here. Like, that's... Like, why would you not save to block? I mean, I guess now I kind of want to ambush. Alright, so here's what we're going to do then. We're going to do this. Let's say discard a card. I'm just going to take the 2 life loss. And then we can play this as a surprise block next turn. So then we can tap this for green. An additional green. I get... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, I got the 3 green out of it. And then untap that. Play this. Attack for 8. I mean, they can come after Tyverkel if they want. Don't care. Okay. We've got all kinds of things set up for next turn now. Now, admittedly here, they can make a 1/1 blocker. Oh, that's unfortunate. We do have lots of mana, though. So we can cast it anyway. Only thing that possibly makes it better is if we find, like, a, Jaspera Sentinel. So we could have a blocker for that, still cast this. Opponent's in a bad situation here, though, right? Because, oh, that has Vigilance now. Good job. Good find. Good find. So they do get to kill Tyverkel here. Or they could just attack us, depending on what they think they can do over the next 2 turns. I'm pretty sure you attack Tyverkel, though, because you know we're making at least 2 creatures. No, they're just coming after us. Wow. Opponent is brave. Alright. Do we just die here somehow next turn? Oh, you know what? You know what? We might be dead. Oh no, Varus still has reach, though. I was just thinking if they had something to come over the top, like maybe a adversary, because I would give these, that'd be 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's still not enough with an adversary. Then what are you planning, opponent? I guess we just attack? I mean, I guess 8 is a lot if you're able to double block. I mean, like, I guess that's the plan. You double block a tactician? Alright, sure. I mean, if that's their out, that's their out. Like, sure. You know we got this, and it's an instant, so... whatever. So then we have those plus this. And they're keeping the flyer. Okay. I would assume you'd at least block to try to kill Varus, then... yeah, I don't... yeah, use the 1/1 to just block the other so you stay alive. And then you're dealing with less threats here. But I don't know. I mean, you know we have this. There's going to be at least 2 more creatures, right, that they're going to have to deal with. Homestead? Sure. Yeah, I was like, okay. That makes sense. So I actually kind of like this, and that's a bit of a surprise. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it that much, but it does play a bit different. Well, significantly different than other mono green decks. It does have other ways to win, which I like. You don't have to dedicate as many things to the board in some cases. You do have the ability to do some like Tyverkel things. You can just go kind of big all on one turn with the War Master. You do have the ability to still attack with your lands, which is nice. And, you know, if you do end up in a creature stalemate, being able to come after everybody with the unnatural growth is pretty cool. So I like what it's doing here. I'm a big fan. I will say I would have liked another way to maybe draw cards, maybe go up to a 4th Realm Walker, possibly. I could also see adjusting the card numbers a little bit, maybe cutting 1 Sculptor of Winter to put in another Inscription of Abundance, because I think that would have been handy a couple of times as well. But those might be the only 2 real changes I make. I actually had no problem with anything else. Actually, that's not true. One of the spots, there's the 4 mana card that adds a +1/+1 for the number of snow mana you spent. Like, that's something I would consider, but the problem is we do have some non-snow land, so sometimes you'd only be casting it for like +2 or +3. So I don't like that nearly as much. I'd rather just play a Realm Walker to get the cards off of it. But otherwise, yeah, if you want to play some elves, here's at least a build you can go with and have some fun and be competitive. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Winter Blast. And this card's a little bit funny because you read it now and you think, okay, this card would be reasonably playable and it'd be pretty good, and it kills flying tokens that are small. So like, it has a lot going for it. It is a sorcery, but I mean, even in the deck we played today, if we were able to just have that tap 3 blockers or 4 blockers and then just come through with everything, that'd be awesome. But funny as it is, this card actually didn't get that much play back in the day. Like you would think it would, and I do remember playing with it a couple of times and surprising people when I did, but even having success with it for whatever reason, even I didn't come back to it and play it very often. And I think it even got reprinted once, maybe in Chronicles, and didn't get reused then. Maybe it was a 4th edition reprint, I don't remember, but it did get one reprint. So yeah, weird. It's just one of those odd cards that, you know, just because of the difference in the way we play Magic and the way we see things, it has more value now from a play standpoint than it did then, which is kind of funny. Don't forget, if you want today's deck list, it will be down in the description below, right along with links for our Facebook gaming stream, our Twitch streams, and most importantly, our Discord. But if you come by the streams, you might get to select what's going to be in these videos. If you come by the Discord, you can get help with your Magic decks or ask questions or anything else if you like. The community is actually really helpful, and we're over 500 strong in there, so come on by and say hello. And if you haven't, you know I gotta ask, please remember to like, subscribe, notify, share, send it across the moon on a plane to your friend, not to the moon. I don't know how you get a plane to the moon. You know what I'm saying. Share it with everybody, because your support and you really blowing it up and sharing it to everybody is what helps my channel grow, and I really appreciate it. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.